How's it, gamers, and welcome back to the Telkom Gaming Show. In today's episode, we take a look at Driveclub as well as some news on the Xbox One release. Try to live online with the Chromebook, and lastly look at the Kinect features on the Xbox One console that launches on the 23rd of September. For those of you that love racing and happen to own a next-gen console, Driveclub will be coming to your PlayStation 4 at the beginning of October. Evolution Studios, the developer, previously bought us MotorStorm, and the difference between the two is that Driveclub will focus on road racing as opposed to off-road racing. It's not classified as a racing simulator like Gran Turismo or Forza, but more as a rival to Grid 2. Players will create and join clubs of up to 6 players and compete in challenges together to earn fame. Each team member of each team will contribute to the overall success of the club while racing on tracks that have been inspired by real places across the globe. A big talking point for Driveclub is the dynamic weather system, which will feature rain and snow in certain places as well as the day and night cycle. So the racing will more often than not be rather different. We've been going on about the release of the new Xbox One on the 23rd of September for some weeks now. For those of you who don't have calendars, this is very soon. Gamers looking to get into next-gen console gaming locally will be able to enjoy the Xbox One's 1.75 GHz AMD processor with 8 gigs of memory, a 500 gig hard drive, and an 853 MHz AMD Radeon GCN architecture. There will be stacks of games on offer with the Xbox One on launch, like Destiny, Forza 5, Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, and Watch Dogs. Upon release, players will be able to enjoy brand new titles as soon as they are released, such as Gran Turismo 5, FIFA 15, Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, Far Cry 4, and a whole bunch of other games that will soon be coming out. For those of you who haven't yet ordered your Xbox One, we have found that BT Games seems to be the place to do it. Many retailers have got similar pricing on launch, but ordering through BT Games gives you $1,000 worth of vouchers that can be used on new and upcoming games for the console. Xbox One pre-orders with Kinect, FIFA 15 and Dance Central Spotlight start around $7,999, while pre-orders for the Xbox One without Kinect, but including FIFA 15 and Forza Motorsport 5, go for $6,299. Additionally, there will more than likely be a day one update for the Xbox One, so if you want to get connected, be sure you have the bandwidth. Racing games are rather common on mobile devices, especially for Android devices, which is why we have pulled through some of the best racing games on Android for your convenience. In terms of paid games on the store, be sure to check out Need for Speed Most Wanted, Many Motor Racing, and Slingshot Racing. Need for Speed is perhaps one of the best racing games on the platform to date, and will set you back 50 Rand and provide some of the best looking visuals you will see in any racing game on Android. Looking at free titles, Asphalt 8 Airborne has been at the top of the charts. It gives gamers over-the-top high-speed racing in both single-player and multiplayer environments. The game looks great and offers in-app purchases that will help you unlock your way through the career mode. CSR Racing is another great game that doesn't exactly race, but makes the player focus on shifting gears perfectly. Instead of focusing on the intricacies of racing, players need to have pure reflexes in order to beat the rest. Finally, Death Rally is a racing game with a lot of combat. Players will deck out their cars with weapons and will need to take down other racers, Comagedon style. This title looks like a great time waster and looks like a ton of fun to play. In the DGL segment this week, we chatted to the Franika brothers from Damage Control about what it takes to be a top gaming organization.
For me personally, the number one thing that you will need to be a professional gamer is a great gaming mouse, and close on the heels will be a gaming screen. A gaming screen makes a massive difference, especially if you play FPS games.
I think like if you're trying to start a clan, like your number one priority is to get good players. But that's not going to happen unless good players want to join you. So you kind of have to have good players to get good players. You know, when we built DC up, like part of the fun in joining it was just because like we had something new, and you know, it was just fun to be in a team and just like start trying to take down the bigger teams. And that was where the fun from it came. And once that happens, you start building a bit of momentum. And another important thing about building a team is like having a good image, having a good brand, having a good reputation, and these are very important things that I think a lot of people overlook. The DGL, the Telkom Gaming League now, have a wonderful platform for you to just go there, build a team, recruit some players, start off in a lower division and work your way up. And there's no shortcuts to it. That's how you start. That's how we started. That's how pretty much everyone's done it. You have to start at the bottom and you have to be consistent.
Andreas from Bravado Gaming also takes us through the awesome Razer headsets.
Hey guys, Andreas here back from Bravado Gaming. Today I'm going to speak about the Razer Kraken Pros. This is one of the featured items that Razer have sponsored the Bravado Gaming organization. So with the Razer Kraken Pros, you have an extendable mic which aids the gaming headset, meaning that it can't break off because you can always put it back in when you finish playing with it. But the great thing that I love about these headsets is that they're very light and the quality is amazing. Considering that they're very light and really good quality, another great feature with these headsets is the padding around the ears. In a competitive gaming environment where you're playing at any event, these are the type of headphones you definitely want to use in order to kill all cancellation all around you. The Razer Kraken Pros enable you to keep your head in the game with a great sound cancellation for any type of events in any type of situation. Make sure that your head is always in the game and make sure that nothing around you can distract you.
We've got another packed week of tech lined up for you as Stephen tries to live online with the Chromebook.
Today we're talking about the next revolution in computing. Now this new device from Acer looks like a standard little laptop. There's one little hint that's really interesting. On the top is the Chrome logo from Google. And when you open up this particular device, it looks again like a very standard laptop, keyboard, mouse pad, lovely little screen. However, it has one little interesting factor. It is a full touchscreen. So you can scroll, you can zoom on the touchscreen or use the keypad to do everything. The main difference between this device, which is called a Chromebook, and any other tablet or laptop, it doesn't run an operating system per se as we know it. It doesn't run Windows, it doesn't run Mac OS, and at this stage doesn't even run a version of Android. What it runs is a version of an operating system called Chrome. However, what Chrome really is a browser within which you do absolutely everything. So, for example, this particular device can only operate when it's effectively connected to an internet connection of some sort. Acer call this a new type of computer, and they've just launched this particular device in South Africa for mostly educational and school purposes. The reason being is that very little resides on this computer. Although this computer comes with a touchscreen, it comes with built-in storage, basically everything is operated through an internet connection. So it has built-in Wi-Fi. It also comes with 100 gigabytes of cloud storage via Google, and essentially is incredibly simple to operate. There's no installation of anything. You simply open it, switch it on, and it operates. It has a very standard interface that looks exactly like a Chrome browser. And I undertook a challenge. I put aside my MacBook Air, didn't use a full computer for a month, and tried to do everything I normally do in a work week on my Chromebook. And I must report that it went extremely well. There is a standard menu bar which you can pop up, which gives you all the apps that you can run. And I was able to use full versions of Word online, Excel online, Evernote, TweetDeck, all the various social media networks that I wanted to use, all operated perfectly on this Chromebook. And I was able to remain completely functional, do my banking, log into my accounting package, even play some really reasonable web-based games for the moment on the Chromebook. What is really interesting, and this is where things get super smart, is that there is an ability to run all your Gmail in an offline mode. You can save documents onto the device itself, edit them while you're offline, and the second you connect, that document gets merged with your other documents or saved back into your cloud drive, which sits on the Google servers. So all in all, it's definitely a revolution in computing. It's lightweight, it's easy to carry, It behaves like a tablet with a keyboard. It has 8-hour battery life, which is really good. It charges really quickly as well, and in many ways allows you to do everything you would normally do in your usual computing life on a device that's easy, simple, and actually, one last really important fact, extremely cheap. This particular device will probably retail in the region of $2,999. So for educational, for universities, even for the day-to-day running around, rather than have a tablet with limited functionality, you've got a Chromebook with all the functionality of the web. You can run any version of Microsoft Office, especially, well, not any version, but any version of Microsoft Office 365. So you have access to all your documents wherever they may sit, and it just makes a lot of sense. Lightweight computing, easy to carry, and full functionality with a keyboard and a mouse, which makes creating documents a lot easier than trying to do it on a tablet.
Stephen also recently had the opportunity to take a look at the Samsung K Zoom.
Today we've got a really interesting new gadget from Samsung. It's actually not a gadget. What it is quite a high quality camera. 20.7 megapixel sensor, 10 times zoom, and to boot, it's a smartphone. So all of this squeezed into one little package called the Samsung Galaxy K Zoom. And this is the latest sort of camera phone hybrid from Samsung. I've been using it for a few days and I'm pretty impressed. The camera is really very, very fast. It's very, very sharp with that sort of sensor and good in low light. The flash is a xenon flash, high quality and really good for evening shooting. And the rest is pretty much standard Galaxy. It's got a 4.8-inch AMOLED display, sharp, clear, reasonably good quality. But what comes with this phone that makes it really interesting is that there's a whole lot of camera studio apps that are given to you free as part of the Galaxy free offers in the Galaxy Store. You've got a great little studio app which allows you to modify, adjust, and fix any pictures directly on the phone. There's also a nice little free Dropbox offer. You get 50 gigs of Dropbox, which you can then upload all your various pictures to, and a great little video editing suite. All comes as part of the entire package. So Samsung have made it really easy to take great pictures, and at the same time, it's a full LTE enabled smartphone with pretty much the same features as the Galaxy S5, even though the screen is a little bit smaller and the resolution of the screen is a little bit lower. But overall, a super impressive combination phone. If you really want something that can take amazing pictures and yet can still fit in your pocket, the new Samsung Galaxy K Zoom is quite a great combination of a high-end, high-ish end camera and a really good smartphone.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It will beat you to your knees if you let it. Nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
In today's special feature, we take a look at the Xbox One Kinect functionality. As we mentioned earlier in the episode, you basically have two options when pre-ordering the Xbox One. And for an additional 1,000 Rand, you'll get a console that gives you so much more functionality than the standard version. So what is this Kinect for all the newbies out there? Kinect is the device that comes bundled with the Xbox One console that enables motion and voice control. It features a 1080p camera and is designed to accommodate certain games in order to enhance the overall gaming experience. The camera and microphone system has drastically improved over the 360's Kinect. The camera is wider and doesn't need quite as much room to operate effectively, functioning well within 5 feet instead of 8 feet required by the original Kinect. The microphones are also upgraded along with the Xbox One's voice command system. The Kinect also has a built-in infrared blaster that lets it control your HD TV and cable TV. It accurately detects multiple players at once, as it relies entirely on facial recognition and standard infrared beacon on every controller, so there's no need to keep track of whose controller is whose. Xbox One's voice controls are revolutionary in how well they work. When you're not gaming, you can feasibly navigate anything that doesn't require manual text input with your voice, which immediately makes the system one of the most functional media hubs and Blu-ray players. Saying Xbox One Go Home will suspend your game if you're playing one and jump into your home screen. Saying Xbox Watch TV will load the HDMI feed and offer you a list of channels to watch. Saying Xbox Record That will capture the last 30 seconds of gameplay for sharing. There are a few dozen commands that work in this way, and most work no matter where you are on the Xbox One's menu systems or software. Other types of voice commands are specific to whatever screen you're currently on. Saying Xbox Select brings up the prompt that shows you that Xbox One is listening and highlights commands you can say in green. While in the Xbox Select mode, you can say any of the green commands on the screen and select them as if you navigated to them with the gamepad. This lets you run specific programs and access specific media based on whatever app you're running, useful for services like Netflix, Hulu Plus, and especially watching TV. Overall, the Kinect enables you to do so much more with your Xbox One, all with your body movements, voice, and gestures. It's more precise, more responsive, and more intuitive. Its unparalleled voice, vision, and motion technology lets you reach into games and entertainment like never before. So if you haven't pre-ordered your Xbox One, click on the link below and head over to the BT Games website now to do so. The 23rd is literally around the corner, peeps, and it is a few days away. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week.